You can see me and hear me, and we're getting started. And of course, we're talking about one of my favorite topics today. We're talking about money and how money has been waiting for your permission. Let me check in with you guys and see that I can. Oops, let me mute my computer. Sorry. Okay, it seems like I am live. I can see it on my computer. Oh, there you guys are. Hello. Hello, Miss Kiara, Kristen, Question and Research, Mona, Ren. Hello, everyone. So this topic was actually inspired by a private coaching call I was having with a client yesterday. And we were talking about it just I don't know what we were talking about, but it casually came up about how she needed to ask for this thing for permission from her partner. And I reminded her that before she got married, she didn't have to ask for this permission, right? And I could really resonate with her because this is something that I really have been working on for like decades, and I still find myself asking permission. And the conversation took a really interesting turn because she said something, and then I'm like, you know what? I do that too. I ask my 17-year-old, like I run things by him if my husband isn't available. And she's like, oh my God, I do that with my male assistant who like is in his 20s and like I've hired him. And the end point of that entire conversation was that we don't even realize that we're doing it, but we still feel as a collective, as a female collective, we still feel like we need to run things by men or masculine women. And even if they are our children, even if they are our partners, even if they are our employees, and make sure that we have permission to like take the vacation or do the thing with money, or take that class or work with that coach or lose weight or whatever it is, right? We run things by people. And what we don't realize is that if you're doing this with women, you are doubling up on their fears and limiting beliefs, because so much fear is encoded in the female DNA. I've talked about this extensively in my alchemy and ascension course, that it's in our DNA. We used to be property, like we used to be beholden. We have a really long history with fear and needing permission and having to beg, borrow, steal, manipulate to get our way. We do have a long history of that. That's not going to just go away in one generation just because you and I have rights and bank accounts and properties, right? It's encoded in our DNA. So we still are doing it. And now my client that I was speaking to, she's a badass, powerful woman, right? Like she's created this multiple six-figure amazing business for herself. Like she is a little baddie, right? But yet, in small ways, it's still sneaking in. And in my life too, strangely enough, like oftentimes my clients and I are like parallel processing things on different levels, but it's like the same thing, right? And so I have been really working on this on a really huge level in my life, where I'm still waiting for permission, where I'm still waiting on like someone else to like wave the green flag for me. And the truth is that everywhere in your life this applies, but it applies especially with money, because money is such an arbitrary line. I know that uh, back in the day, $1 was a lot to me, then 100, then 10,000, then a million. Now, like I make moves that are like $2 million, $3 million without even like flinching, right? So money hasn't changed, but my perception of what I'm allowed to have, what I give myself permission to have and allow in my life, has completely changed because I've changed, because I've given myself permission. So where in your life are you not giving money permission to even show up? Another way where this has massively showed up for me is I had this big revelation a couple times. Last year it happened a couple times. It's already happened this year. Is that I didn't need more money. I needed to give myself more permission to spend the money that I already had. And in the back of my mind, there was still this tiny little voice saying, "Are you sure we're allowed to do, like, is this okay?" Right? And I'm like, why wouldn't it be? Right? Like I asked for the money, it showed up, and I've got these desires, like I get to spend money on this next level. And whatever that next level is for you, for some of us, for some of you guys, it might be the $100. For others, it might be 1,000. For others, it might be 5,000. For some, it might be 500,000. Whatever your next level is, there's still a part of you that's waiting for someone else's approval or permission. But the thing is, you're guiding this entire thing. You are the oracle. You are the one leading the way. You are the one that really needs to decide. I've said this a million times on my other channel, so I'll say it again here, is that every single person in our life, especially our masculine providers and our partners, they mirror back to us our insecurities. So when I'm unsure about something and I go seeking permission, I might not realize I'm seeking permission. But the truth is that men don't ask for permission unless there is a hierarchy of authority. So when a man goes to his boss to ask for time off, there is a hierarchy. The boss is in a higher position. The boss gets to decide. And so the boss may ask for, why do you need time off? Show me the paperwork, like what is going on with you? So when we go to our partner and we act like we're asking for permission and we're asking for validation, it puts them instantly in their subconscious in the authority position and us in the subordinate. We're not partners right now. We're now like this. And when your partner will say, well, why do you need to go do this? Why, blah, blah, blah. Because that's what they're trained to do when they are in the authority figure. So this is huge. I'm giving you something that may be worth millions of dollars to you in the course of your life. I know so many of my clients that have become millionaires and multimillionaires after coming into my container often say that that was a huge turning point for them. So really understand this, that when you go to someone who is supposed to be your partner, i.e. your equal, you're in partnership, and you start asking them for permission, you instantly, especially if this is a man, you instantly put them in an authority position in their mind. And they are looking out for you now. And now they're going to interview you and ask you questions on why, and then you're going to be like, why is he, crushing my dreams? Because you started the whole thing by seeking permission. Okay. Now, in marriage and partnership, obviously you need to discuss things, right? But you have to discuss it from a place of discussion, letting you know what I'm planning versus I'm seeking your validation and your approval. So let me see what you guys are saying. This is so relevant to what I was journaling on this morning. Beautiful. I love it when it divinely aligns. Hello from Oregon. I love your hair. I'm doing my nails right now. Have a date at 3 p.m. Girl, hey, enjoy your date. I watched your last video about 10 times already, so next level quantum leaping is so fun. It so is. Mina, this quality and backdrop, is this the level 6 leap? Girl, no. The level 6 leap is so much beyond even this. I will be sharing more on that soon, but that is like next level. This is just like the collateral, right? This is just like the rainbow. So I can't even tell you. I feel like I may have gotten level 10 after I even talked about level 6. It happens really, really fast. Quantum leaping is next level, right? So when you haven't decided, when a part of you in your heart is saying, do I really get to have this? Can I do this? Do I deserve it? Do people like me get this? That's when people in your life, whether it's your sister or your mother or your partner or your son or your employee, they will mirror back to you that same insecurity. And they think they're doing it out of love. They think they're literally helping you while you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, they're just crushing on my dreams, right? Like they're just walking over me. They're like not supporting me. But the reason is because you came up to the whole thing with this wobbly, like, do I get to have it? Unsure energy. And that's exactly what got mirrored back to you. I'm baking, working on my business, and listening to you. Creative energy flowing. Thanks, Mina, for all you do. Beautiful, Terry. Thank you so much. Amazing. I typically get my way once I decide to get to have it. Exactly. That is the number one thing. You need to decide first, because the truth is that once you decide, mountains will move, the universe will align itself. But when you haven't decided, one of the biggest signs you haven't decided is when you call up people or go to your partner and start asking for confirmation. When you're asking for a sign, that is a sign that you haven't aligned yet. Okay, that's a sign that you haven't aligned yet. So you haven't decided. My lip gloss that I'm wearing is the Too Faced People Pleaser lip gloss. Wow, perfect timing. I just need to do it. You need that decision is the most powerful force in the universe, in the cosmos. Your decision. Your decision locks it in. It's your free will. It's like it is happening. It's done. It's already been done. To convince myself is sometimes the tough part. Right. And then we go to other people when we're not convinced and we hope that they will convince us. They won't, because they can read our wobbly energy and they think we are so unsure and they think it's better to help us align out of it. Right. I struggled with this my entire life. So, like, if anyone can relate to this, it's me. I used to be the queen of permission seeking, right? I used to ask other people permission to spend my own money. Okay. I used to ask other people where I can take them to dinner. Like it was like everywhere in my life. Like I'm so glad that I've gotten myself out of it. But the truth is, I still find myself doing it in surprising ways in different phases of my areas of my life, because at every level, you're going to have to push the boundaries. Like there's no matter where you are, right? Let me tell you something, that the things that I was pushing the boundaries for 10 years ago when I wasn't a millionaire and definitely not a multimillionaire, were different, but it's the same thing. Even at my level now, I find myself going to my husband and asking him permission. I don't think it's permission, and he doesn't think either. It might be something casual like, oh, babe, by the way, I was thinking of doing this thing and da 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 da, and what do you think? And before I know it, he's talked me out of it because I wasn't even sure. Okay. I don't need to ask any human being for permission on my business and how I want to lead next level entrepreneurs and successful women into their inner work. Like, I know what my heart desires, right? Like, my soul knows. I don't need to be asking other people, especially people that don't own their own businesses and they're not doing what I'm doing, right? Like, my dad used to say that don't ask people who haven't gone where you're going for directions. Right? So why do we still do it? Because it's in our collective, it's in our DNA. And we must consciously become aware of that so we can transcend it. We can move beyond it. We can work through it. Mina, I'm starting this awesome business with my sister, but I kept feeling something in my gut when she casually mentions she wants her husband to be in on it too. How can I release this on my side? There may be a bigger thing, so I would go deeper into it and see what's really coming in, because this is a limiting belief, so I'm gonna just be honest with you, but this is my limiting belief and I really believe in it, and so probably it's true for me. I told you all beliefs are limiting. It's just the next level belief. I would personally not do any business in a partnership because I believe that it would squish my creative genius unless I was allowed to be in my full creative power. Let me give you an example. I have almost 100 brands reaching out to me every single day wanting to work with me. I don't even open most of those emails. My team filters them out because I've worked with a couple other brands, and I have two sponsorships currently. You guys know BetterHelp and Ombre. But my big thing is a lot of times these brands want you to do it a certain way and film a certain way, and you can't say certain things. Like, F that, okay? I didn't get into my own business to not have freedom, to not do things that I want to do it. Like, that's not why I started my business, so people can tell me what I'm allowed to say and not say. Like, hell no, okay? I'm a free being and I'm going to say whatever the hell I want to say. So even those two sponsorships that I took on, I told them up front, I'm like, I cannot be controlled. I am a force of nature. Like, ask anyone that knows me. I push back so hard, you're gonna fall flat. Like, get off of me. And they were like, we understand you will have full creative power. That's the only reason I even agreed to do it with them. So go deeper in here and see what's happening, right? You can work together in certain capacities, but be really clear, have very clear boundaries on what your role is and her role is. Like when you start murking business and family, unless you have rock solid boundaries, it can be difficult. I'm not saying it can't be done. I have clients that have family businesses, but you need rock solid boundaries, right? Like I hire family members and other contractors all the time for my business, but we move out of the family setting and like there's boundaries and we work within a certain plane. Okay, so if you have that kind of boundaries, if you don't, get them quick, but go deeper and listen to what is really being told to you here. Still recovering from being in my masculine, working in corporate America for 27 years. Girl, I feel you. I want to give you a hug. 27 freaking years. Ready for next level, but feeling lazy. So do it lazy. If you are feeling lazy, do it my way, because I believe I'm the queen of doing it lazy and like making it work anyways. There is a very famous Steve Jobs quote, I believe it's Steve Jobs. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, that my son sent me. And it was said that if you want to be successful in your business, hire lazy people because they will always find the shortest, fastest route to getting something done. I pride myself in being lazy. The truth is, I have a lot of beauty and blessings in my life. Like I'm going after this live stream, I'm going to, have a fun lunch with my family. We're going to go out and sit on the patio at a restaurant that we just discovered. Like I have things to do, I have places to be, I've got shopping to do, right? I've got essays from all over the world texting me, wanting to sell me stuff. I've got things to do, okay? So I need to be lazy in places where I just need to be efficient and get things done. So being lazy is good. Okay, let's not like demonize being lazy. Lazy means that you're gonna be the kind of person that's not gonna fall for corporate bullshit that says it has to be done this way. I personally believe that like 80% of jobs in corporate are totally useless jobs where people sit around twiddling their thumbs. They probably work like 3 hours the whole month and like waste time and like they have to log in and sit behind the desk. Honestly, if I, God forbid, ever had to go back to corporate, I would be like, okay, pay me $10 million a month and like I'll get the thing done in 3 hours, and no, I will not be coming into the office, and no, you cannot contact me, but I promise you I'll do it and it'll be better than you ever expected. This whole thing of like being tied somewhere and like having to sit behind the desk makes me want to throw up. Like, no. Hello, ma'am. Are those hair extensions? Your hair looks younger. You're looking even more pretty. Thank you, babe. Yes, I did get hair extensions yesterday. So I am rocking them and practicing them today. Unfortunately, I had to get them straightened. I got the wavy ones that match my natural hair so that I don't have to like blow dry my hair anymore. So I loved them when they put them in. They were very goddessy, but they said that because I still have to match my color a little bit more, they had to straighten it and cut it. So anyways, long story short, they're like the goddess wave ones. So girl, yes, I've been losing weight like you guys won't believe. Like you can see I'm getting my tone back. I just feel like, honestly, I feel like I died and then was reborn and like, hi, this is the new me. Next level me. I found that I was more effective on part-time hours rather than full-time. Girl, yes, because someone somewhere decided that this is the number of hours that it would take, but like how long it takes for your creative genius to do the thing. That's my motto at work. How can we make this easier? Exactly. Exactly. I think corporate like really overcomplicates. And here's why they don't realize they're doing it, because the masculine experience of life is very much one of burden. The masculine experience of life is one of burden. The feminine experience of life is one of pleasure and one of ease and flow. So corporate is like marinated in masculine energy, right? Duh, right? It's like marinated in masculine energy. So because it's marinated in masculine energy, they just have this consciousness around making things harder than it needs to be. And so people like you and I need to show up and be like, no, we get to make this easier. It gets to be fun. Yes, you are toned as hell. What did you do? Thank you. Seeing you is my motivation. Same thing I've been doing, but like made that decision even more rock solid. I lift weights 3 times a week, 20 minutes a day, like when those sessions. I don't go more than 20 minutes. Hello, I've got female hormones. I'm not trying to turn myself into a man. And I eat nourishing foods that just fill me up. I did last night I took the kids to Chewy's, and I had their enchiladas, and I had a lot of stuff that I wouldn't normally have, but like I woke up like even lighter than I was yesterday because I've made a decision that I get to enjoy my life and I get to eat healthy 99% of the time and the way that I nourish, and I get to be a bad little girl the other time, and it just all gets to flow and be beautiful and genius. Mina returned from Mexico, made a beautiful mermaid. I'm telling you, it's something about Mexico. Like there's certain places for me. Hawaii, Mexico is a huge one. That I don't know. It just like reawakens my soul and like really up levels me. That's why travel needs to be such a big part of the female consciousness. Speaking of which, you guys know that I'm going to Hawaii next month to actually plan my big intensive that might be happening in June or July. We haven't finalized the details yet, but I put out a call in my CEO Boss Queen group and my Aligned as Femme class, and 3 women signed up to do a private intensive with me called Goddess. Actually, 4 women, I'm sorry, 4 women signed up to do a VIP experience with me. So we're going to be doing a Goddess of Riches intensive. They're literally going to come into my private suite. We're going to do this intensive 3-hour training. I'm going to take them to a really fancy, nice dinner with live music. It's in Hawaii. Like that is the kind of stuff that you need to be putting yourself in that takes you completely 6 levels ahead versus like sitting at home wanting this change but like not doing anything differently, right? So I had 3 women sign up for the Goddess of Riches. 1 woman signed up for a whole private day with me. Like we will be spending the whole day together. And then she's also coming to the Goddess of Riches. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, that you can't be sitting in one place, wherever that is, whether it's in your corporate job or in your dating, not doing anything differently, not making any different decisions, and then saying, well, nothing's happening for me, right? Like you need to make boss moves if you want a boss life, right? Does that make sense to you? Let me see. Mina, I'm lesson 2 on Basic Babe Bundle, already feeling like self-sabotaging, been on my phone the whole day. What should I do? Decide and get back on. That's literally it. Any answer to what should I do, decide that I get to do this and then do it in that moment. Simple. Do not overcomplicate it. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Make the decision and do something, move something. Like energy is movement, right? Like energy loves movement. So literally just move. Okay. One more thing I want to quickly mention as I take more comments is tomorrow is the last day. Tomorrow at midnight is the last day to sign up for Conscious Couture Coach. This is my communications container and coaching intensive. We're doing 2 live sessions on March 7th and March 8th in the Conscious Couture Coach. It's called the Goddess of Fire and Flow. You need to be there. If you need to up level your container, if you need to up level your communication with yourself, with your higher self, with God, with other human beings, if you need to up level your business, your whatever it is in life that needs a better expansion of container, trust me, you need to be in this course because it includes my entire Femme Fortune container course, and it includes my communication course, and we're doing 2 live trainings. It's going to be 4 hours of new additional stuff I'm adding to it live with you guys on 7th and 8th. So that link is posted in the description box for you guys. Don't ask people who haven't gone where you're going for directions. My dad used to say that all the time. I think my dad could intuit my whole permission seeking thing. Because he used to say that to me a lot. Mina, the dresses you wore on your Mexico trip are just next level. Could you tell us where they are from? Honestly, yeah, babe. They're literally from Nordstrom and Macy's. Like, I can I tell you guys something? I love shopping. But one of the really weird ironies of my life is that sometimes I don't have time to shop. I get so immersed in my creative genius and in my family that I forget to shop. So I will literally like block off an hour, sit on my computer and like order like 200 dresses and then try them all on and then like go return them the next day, the ones that didn't work, because I often don't have time to like go into a store and like spend 2 hours trying things on. So that's how I do it. I'm not like, I love designer shoes and designer handbags, but for clothes, like I'm okay with Dillard's, Macy's, um, Nordstrom is, you know, one of my favorite places. That's where I get a lot of my clothing from. Yes, I know. I love this color and it's the gloss, my people pleaser gloss. So I was like, I don't like the name. Like, how do I like reframe them in my mind? And I was like, people pleaser. Everyone's instantly pleased when I enter the room. So I'm like, that's how I made it like a positive thing. So it didn't sound negative to me. I decided I'm going to have a new car soon. Looking beautiful, Mina. Thank you. You get to have whatever you decide. You get to have it. How does one understand the nature of everyday activities as masculine or feminine, the way you did for burden in life, of burden and fun? So I've spent almost a decade studying this. What I recommend is if you take my feminine energy mega training, that bundle has over 60 hours of training. I call it my Netflix of feminine energy. You will know everything between the masculine and the feminine that you ever thought you needed to know, and more, even things you didn't even know you needed to know, you will find out from there. So I would highly recommend that if you want to learn more about masculine versus feminine. So where when it comes to money or living your ideal life are you not making the decision? Where are you still seeking permission? Let's get back to money. Where in your life are you not making boss moves? Where are you still waiting for someone to give you confirmation? Even when we ask the universe, sometimes we're like, universe asked, give me a sign, right? I used to do that all the time. And now I'm like, LOL, universe, the fact that I'm asking you for a sign means I haven't decided. Because when I decide, you rearrange the world to give it to me, right? Miss T said, Mina, something changed in 2022. I spent 2021 wanting to stay home and work on myself, but now I'm in the part of my journey where I desire to experience life. So much more energy. Yes, same thing happened to me. And it's so funny. A lot of my clients mirror back like my life. It's like we're cosmically linked in some weird way. Like I used to be the biggest homebody, the biggest, you guys know that. I've been talking about that for a bazillion years. And I woke up in 2022 with more energy than I could ever imagine that I would have. And my desires like literally quantum leaped. And I'm like, no, I want to be like sitting on Friday night saying, I want sushi, and like sitting, you know, in Europe on Saturday eating sushi or whatever, or sitting in Japan eating sushi, like whatever. Like I want to like fly across the world on like a 2 hour notice. Like that's the life that I'm going. I'm literally doing that now. I created it in like 3 days. That's the quantum leap. Hint, hint, I'm going to be sharing more, but I literally created, like manifested it within days. It's crazy. You are amazing. Thank you so much for your valuable message. Thank you, babe. I appreciate that. What is your crazy manifestation recently? I if I started saying just what I've manifested in 1 week, this would be a 1 hour video of me just bragging about what I manifested in 1 week. Like I can't even know where to begin. It's crazy. I will be sharing more in the Conscious Couture Coach of like the conspiracy of coincidences that led to the quantum leap. The strange thing is that I leaped and my husband leaped in his life at exactly the same time. We've never been this cosmically aligned. It's always like I leap and then he catches up, or he leaps and then I catch up. It happened at the exact same freaking time. It's unreal. It's unreal. Mina, is it better to wait for an event where I get triggered before I start working on them, or should I list down all my triggers and work on them right away? Both. Do the whole everything. There's no better. List down everything you can think of, and I promise you, you can't think of everything. Tomorrow you will be triggered again. The next day you'll be triggered again. So it is a process. Okay? So there's no right way. There's no right and wrong way. I know you've been emailing my team almost every other day asking, is this the right way or this? There's no right way. What do you want to do? You do not need my permission. You don't need my team's permission. This is your inner work, girl. You invested in yourself. Do it the way that you want to do it. Like, give yourself full permission. What's the worst that can happen? This is your inner work. So you journal the wrong way or you do it backwards. Like, let it play out the way it's meant to play out. Stop seeking permission. There's no permission. Mina, how can we manifest money easily? So this is what easily means to you is gonna be your level of inner work. So I teach my process in the Millionaires Play Shop, which I highly recommend. Like any of you, whether you're wanting to go to 10K months or 100K months or 7-figure months, we all need to know how to get to the next level. So in the Millionaires, I talk about determining what you have currently decided, whether you did it consciously or unconsciously, about money and where you're at, and like caterpillar your way forward in small little steps that you can take. And small steps can also be quantum leaps, but it needs to be something that you can hold the energy of, right? That's something that you can align yourself with, something you can get behind. I decided to change the way I look at debt based on one of your previous videos. I'm grateful and utilize debt to achieve my dreams. The US government is in trillions of dollars of debt. Why am I judging myself? LOL. Exactly. To me, debt is the ultimate energy of faith. It's like you saying, God, I trust you. Universe, I trust you. And the universe and God saying, we trust you that you're going to do this because we know you've decided. Here's the money in advance. Like, to me, it's the ultimate trust. Mina, how do you protect yourself from overwhelm? I just turn it into joy. So I just say, I'm feeling overwhelmed and I decide that I get to be joyful instead. So remember that we control our emotions, we control them. They do not control us. So I just say, I decide that I get to turn it into joy and then I'm joyful. How is a container course is a communication course? So the container course, just my container course, is the Femme Fortune. But my communication course and coaching course, which is the Conscious Couture Coach, I decided that I wanted to bonus in the Femme Fortune in there because without expanding your container, you're not going to be able to do a lot of the things that I'm talking about in there. So it's bonused in there, but they are separate. You can buy them separately. I used to get upset when the answer was just decide. Now I get it. Yeah, because when you don't decide, you're not going to move. You're going to be sitting there passively saying the world is not giving it to me, but you must move. You must move. Mina, I love what I do. Only a few people register though. They're always fun and amazing. The people who show up shower me with praise. It's my reach that feels small. Am I missing something? So small, again, it's a relative thing, right? To some people, my audience might be small. To other people, my audience might be ginormous. To the person that can't sign up one person, they might be like, whoa, you signed up a couple people. So it's all relative. So instead of saying it's small or big, go deep with the people that you have. When you go deep with the people that you have, when you give them bigger, more enlightening experiences. For example, one of my clients, she did when she ran her first in-person event. I think this was like 3 years ago. Only 3 women signed up, and she was like, she came on the coaching call really deflated, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, think of what you're gonna do for these women. These women thought they were signing up for something where they were gonna have to share you with 20 other women, and now they're getting just you, and in these, in this very small container where you can go so much deeper with them. Like, even though you were selling this larger intensive and only 3 people signed up, treat it like a VIP day. Treat it like they get to have the biggest aha moment of their lives. Long story short, she had this amazing event, 3-day event with these 3 women. It was so deep. One of those women, 3 years later, is still working with her in larger and larger packages. So you never know who these people are going to bring. A lot of my high-end VIP clients come from referrals, from people telling their sister, their mother, their coworkers, their daughters, right? So give them so much depth of experience, and that will also help you go deep. When you go deep, you show up in a massive way. When you show up in a massive way, people feel your heart in a massive way. They feel empowered by your message. When they're empowered by your message, they decide that they get to work with you, and when they decide they get to work with you, the money shows up for them. Okay, so it is always a co-creation. How can I manage to come up with the perfect business idea? There's no perfect business idea. So my business started as me coming on YouTube doing Victoria's Secret and Louis Vuitton hauls. It wasn't a business at all. There's no perfect. It's just, what do I feel like doing today? I don't believe in perfection. I believe in doing things imperfectly. Mina, I was playing small when it comes to my freelance content writing business. I have now got one reoccurring client. I can't wait to attract more and earn enough to quit my job. Girl, I can already see it for you. I can already see it for you. Are you in the container course, in the conscious couture coach? Like, I see that would really quantum leap your message and how you're showing up. Someone said Tony Robbins started with less than 10 people at his first event. He got more attendees from referrals, and look where he is now. Exactly. Everyone starts somewhere. So minimalist, I teach a lot of these processes in my business courses. So I would highly recommend starting there, because then you'll have the container and the process of how to discover what you need to narrow it down to. Your video clarity in itself shows the level you're willing to be seen now. Maybe that's one of the leaps. Who knows? I randomly manifested the iPhone 13 Pro. My husband was like, hey, babe, I've got to run to the store. I'll be back. I'm like, okay. He comes back an hour later with a brand new cell phone for me. I'm like, okay, thank you. That's why I'm holding my old one in my hand and filming on the other one. Maybe you guys attracted better quality videos from me. Mina, is the Millionaires Workshop different from Millionaire Manifesting Babes? Yes, it's a different course. So the Millionaires Workshop is actually a part of the money course. But sometimes people that want to do my full money course either don't have the funds or don't know what they're getting themselves into. So I separated them. So they buy the Millionaires Workshop, and then you can apply a code and upgrade to the money course if you want to later. But I give you so much content in there on how you can instantly expand your container and start holding the vibration of more money. The Manifesting Babes is manifesting in all areas. It does definitely talks about money. It talks about business, but it's all manifesting techniques in like hours and hours of training in there. So they are different. It's completely different content built at different phases of my journey. Sam, sorry, I missed your comment. Let me find it. I think I answered it. Oh, I really wanted to have your container communication skills course, but I'm a doctor, and to be honest, I wish your courses had some names like that as well, because it's hard for me to explain to medics that. I name my courses from my heart, so I can't cater to, you know, I've got like 70, 80,000 people listening to me now on all of my platforms, maybe even more. So I can't do it based on other people. I have to do it based on my heart. If it's aligned, you'll be in it. If it's not, then you'll find something that is, right? Thank you for the super chat Wednesday. I appreciate you. She said, "Thank you for continuing to post this content. I have benefited so much from this. I appreciate your work so much." Thank you, babe. I'm so glad. I'm so happy it's resonating with you. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Charisma. You're always so sweet to me. Thank you, thank you. I'm still wowed by your beginning story. God really works in miraculous ways. Girl, yes, yes. My first YouTube video was a Victoria's Secret haul. My friends, my family, and Irfan doesn't want to admit it, but he was too, were like, what the hell are you doing, right? Like it was awkward, right? But I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but my heart is saying I must do this. Like it didn't make sense, but I did it. Nothing in my life ever makes sense, but the truth is, I don't want a life that makes sense. I want a life that like just blows me away, that just like sweeps me out my feet, you know? So it's not gonna make sense. Thank you. Yes, I do have my, you can see my tan lines. Oops. Let me see what you guys are saying. Mina, sometimes I feel like I may say something wrong, so people might get misunderstanding. Oh, girl, I used to struggle with this too. I had family members that would constantly say things. Mina always says the wrong things. Mina always embarrasses us. I remember when I had gotten to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, a family member that used to watch my YouTube channel was like, you know, everyone's making fun of you and laughing at you because you always say the wrong things. And I had to, like, it was like a gut punch, right? Like, I had to, because showing up in a powerful way for any woman like on this platform is gonna be a little tough in the beginning because you have to overcome your DNA. So I had to really go back and decide that, you know what, even when I say it wrong, I'm saying it right because some person out there is going to resonate with me. Will everyone will resonate with me? No. Do I care? No, because you resonate with me, you understand me, you hear my message. In fact, you said many times that this is exactly what you needed to hear. So that's the person I'm speaking to because at the end of the day, I can't censor myself. I can't water down my message. I can only be me, and what's on my heart is often what my dearest and nearest need to hear from me. So I refuse to water myself down. Thank you guys. You guys are sending me so much love. Thank you for the super chat. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Cher. She said, just for sharing your light. Thank you, babe. Marcella said, Mina, how do you limit phone usage and distractions? I think that makes me lose focus on work, but the cheap rush of dopamine gets me. You look beautiful. Thank you. So decide that phone and technology and the internet gets to support you and you get to use it in a way that supports you. Like literally these things are just simple decisions, okay? We're in the lower consciousness and the basic babe when we are making big deals out of these little things. Like I believe that technology, phones, computers, the internet, social media gets to support me, it gets to support my message, and then it's the end of it, okay? And then on some days I use a little more of it, and other days I don't even look at it, and like it all gets to work out. Like, can we just get ourselves out of that weird consciousness? Like, I'm so over like that petty stuff now. Like, it gets to work for you. I am dying to attend one of your in-person retreats. I wish I could quantum jump fast enough. Girl, yes. Girl, yes. I still have one spot open, by the way, for the 3-hour Goddess of Riches intensive happening in Hawaii, in Honolulu. I can hold, we already have 4 women, but I believe I can hold space for one more. And then the reason for this trip is I'm looking at, I have reservations and like tours set up with like the best properties in Honolulu, and I'm gonna be being driven around, everyone's showing me their event spaces, and I'm gonna decide on a space for the Goddess of Glow and Gold Intensive. I believe it's gonna be happening in June, July. It depends on when the event space I want is available, but that will be coming quick, okay? If you are 100% sure that you wanna come to that, and it will be in Hawaii, in Honolulu, and you're like, I don't care when it's happening, I want in, and you want, if there's only going to be 25 spots. So if you're like, I want in and I'm coming at any cost, email my team and you can pay in advance and reserve your spot. Seeing your progress is really amazing and inspirational. Thank you, babe. I believe that every woman that lights up thousands other from her overflow. So thank you for saying that. Snapped me right out of it. Girl, yes. I get it. I fall into that stuff too. And I'm like, that you're a bad bitch, okay? You can freaking figure out the internet, okay? Some days I'm on for a couple hours. Some days I'm not on at all, okay? And that's okay. It gets to support me. Technology was made for me. It was created for me, okay? So I get to use it in an empowered way. Do you have a price set up? I do. So if you email my team, they will send you that information out for the, those are called my Quantum Goddess sessions. Email my team and they'll send you that. Mina, I think one reason for me not allowing me to have success is that I have poor relatives in my home country. Do you have an advice on how to handle that? Yes, I have poor relatives in every country. And how I handled it is that I became an example of what they get to have. So you get to be the person that breaks the chain and the cycle and the generational curses. Oh my God, yes. After I embody something, I find myself sharing wisdom through my actions. Girl, yes. Our existence helps elevate other people. Ashvarya, you crack me up. She said, Mina has raised me in 3 years more than my mom could in 25 years. Girl, you are hilarious. I love you. I got my man to propose to me and it was all because of you. I got my boundaries together and we are doing amazing. Now I'm working on expanding my containers. Girl, yes, congratulations on the ring. Yes, ma'am, you did that, okay? You did it, you did it, you did it. Own it. And yes, congratulations. Oh my God, that's huge. That is huge. How do you cope with relatives asking for money all the time? So I used to be in that consciousness a lot because my mom has set the precedence for that. And then I just energetically became unavailable and no one asks us for money anymore. No one asks us for money. I just declared that I'm energetically not available for it and they stopped calling. Well, I may have stopped picking up the phone too for a while, but you know, you get the gist. I love your off-shoulder tops. They're just so feminine, and I've just been checking my wardrobe to see whether I have any of them. Oh, thank you. Yes, I just love, like, when, especially when I'm like all toned, I love just showing that off. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Fatima. She said, Mina, I sent something to someone, but I feel like they may feel bad and not reach out now when I didn't mean it like that. Does that make sense? Yes and no. So, okay, it's in the past. We don't know the past exists. How do you get to relate to them now? How do you get to relate to yourself now? How do you get to get over it now? What do you want to do tomorrow? What do you want to do today? Like, get to a place, especially on this channel, like I'm working with higher consciousness, where we can make mistakes and we can bounce back. So inner work helps us bounce back in a second, in a quantum, like do it like beyond the speed of light. So you spill something, get over it. You drop something, get over it. Like just like quantum leap out of it. And get over it means, oh my God, I did that. How do I feel in my body? Process it. Like I teach this stuff in the Basic Babe Bundle and a lot of my programs. Like your emotional intelligence comes down to when something bad happens or when you make a mistake. I don't believe in all of bad or mistakes, but when you perceive something as wrong or bad or a mistake, how quickly do you bounce back? Otherwise, all of those things became they become container issues for you not living your best life. Are you living your dream life right now? If not, cut it out and live your best life, because that's what you're meant to do. You're not meant to get caught up in these little things. These things are like not like, here's another question. I started asking my son this years ago, and he said that this changed his life. Anytime he would think, oh no, mom, I did this and this happened, I would say, are you going to care about this or know about this or remember this 3 years from now? And he would think and he would say no. And I'm like, okay, then let's not talk. Let's not worry about it. He's like, okay, I'm over it, right? Because we forget, like we get over it. Like, stop making every little thing an issue. It's not really all that serious. Yes, everything you're saying is just what I needed to hear today, girl. Yes, yes. Happy Saturday, Mina. You've completely helped me. I was afraid of getting to have money, luxury, and great health because my parents don't, but I'm declaring that I get to have what I desire. Hello, you are the iPhone 13 Pro. You're the next level, right? So you get to have it even if they didn't. In fact, I insist you have it, especially because they didn't. You literally inspire me to show up more fully. I'm becoming more unbothered, more fired up, and I'm loving it. Girl, yes. I love doing the inner work. Yes, it all comes down to what? What? Let me hear you say it. Inner work. You know it comes down to that, because we have to get in front of our BS. A lot of the stuff, even the questions that we ask, it's all just a facade. It's all an illusion for us not really saying what we really want to say, because we're not really doing what we really want to do, because we're really not being who we came here to be. So we get caught up in, I did this and that happened and he said this. Cut it out. Cut it out. Okay? You deserve to live your best life. You deserve to have money. You deserve to have all the permissions, but you need to give yourself permission. So stop getting sidetracked with this dumb shit. No one cares about it. You're going to forget about it. But you get to live your best life now. Mina, you are oozing bad girl energy. I love it. Let me show you. Oh my God. Thank you, babe. Let me show you something. So one of my clients from the Aligned as Femme sent me this book. Let me show it to you guys. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I have a P.O. box and I announced it on my other channel, and she sent me this. It says, it's like mirroring it, but it says bad girls throughout history, and it's a journal. Alina is obsessed with this. So Alina will come into my office and she'll like flip it and she'll like learn about the various bad girls from history. And the note that she wrote was so sweet. Oh my God. She said, I wish to see you in there one day. And I'm like, girl, yes. Right? So Alina and I, my daughter and I, pride ourselves in being bad little girls who misbehave, and we mess things up and we do things incorrectly, and we live a full great life. So this was so like, it's like she read our soul and sent this. Like, it was just so, thank you. Thank you so much, babe. You know who you are. She's in the chat right now. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that. I appreciate the sticker. A part of me still asks for permission every time I want loved ones to ascend with me. I decided that I will ascend for me and set the example. Yes, yes, yes. The truth is that because it's encoded in our DNA, we will all keep doing it. I still do it at every new level. But the point isn't perfection. The point has never been perfection. The point has never to be to never make another mistake. The point is that when you catch yourself, you're like, what is this BS? Why am I showing up asking for permission? I give myself permission. The universe has given me permission. The cosmos has given me permission. The angels has given you permission. God has given you permission. You get to live your dream life. You get to have your next level. Whatever that means to you, you get to have it. It's already been decided for you. It's done. It's written in the heavens. You just need to decide. So whenever you catch yourself, call yourself out and bounce back, girl. Bounce back. I catch myself all the time. I am not doing any of this perfectly. I am not doing any of this perfectly. I need that journal. I've been craving that no fucks given energy, girl. Welcome. Welcome to my world, okay? Because that's exactly it. I'm always questioning people. And you know, the thing is, I think being on YouTube helps me. Every time I post a video, not every time, but like at least a couple times a year, I'll catch myself posting a video and then hearing my own limiting beliefs, and I'll hear myself and I'll say, babe, That's a limiting belief you just put in that video. And I'll catch myself and I'll transcend it in that moment. So I'm like, who did you really make that video for, right? That's why I say the teacher is always the student and the student is always the teacher. We're all just doing this for ourselves. So I catch myself even doing the same BS, putting limiting beliefs. And then I'm like, I made that video not for them, but for me. I still put it out and I let you guys witness me elevating through it, because that's the whole point, is like, watch me do it. But we all have it. We all have it. We all have the limiting beliefs. The point is not perfection. It's whatever the next level is, let's do it. I'm done playing small just because others judge because they are insecure. And then they feel uplift, like get out of that consciousness. I believe that people don't judge me. I believe that people aren't insecure. I believe that everyone wakes up and says, who the hell is this bad bitch, every time I walk in, and then they're like, I want that too. That's what I believe. I decide I get to have a high ticket clients. Thanks for knowing the peasant. Thanks for knocking the peasant consciousness out of me in the CEO Boss Queen. Girl, yes. I love my CEO Boss Queen alums. You guys, more deeper. Like if you thought the CEO Boss Queen course is already freaking possible, that is my biggest millionaire maker course, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this, but I have so many case studies from there that started that course. And if you think it's already great, the stuff that's coming at the end of March, the new sessions, it scares me to even think about it because it's so deep, it's so next level, even for me. So wait for more. Okay, buckle up, girl. Yes, girl, you're leading the way. It's the permission slip. Yes, I have to give myself that permission too, because hello, I'm a woman and I've got the female DNA codes for like, you need to play small or other people won't like you, and you need to adapt, and you need to say the right things, and you need to be pleasant, and you need to not upset anyone. And what if he gets mad or she gets mad or she doesn't like you or she's jealous or she's triggered? Fuck that shit. Everyone needs to own themselves and their own triggers and their own BS, and I get to live the life that I want to. You're welcome. So pretty, Mina, what would be your advice for someone starting in this goddess embodiment? You have evolved my vision, but not sure where to start. So Amanda, start with one of my courses, start with a YouTube channel, start with sitting down quietly and asking yourself what would feel deliciously nourishing today, and also a little bit scary, so that I can really quantum leap. Start anywhere. Start with my free content. Basic Babe bundle will give you some insights where you can start your inner work, or sit quietly with yourself and say, what do I need to do today? I was triggered to use my beautiful and luxurious new things because of shame of not looking old money. I hate freaking old money. I don't know where this thing comes from, but hearing you F the old money concept where you are bad seen just because of enjoying money. Okay, let me tell you guys something. I freaking hate that. You just started me off on a freaking rant, okay? I don't know if this is good or bad, but here it comes. I come from old money. So my dad, my grandfather, my dad's dad comes from a lot of money. That guy was entrepreneur on steroids, okay? Created mass levels of wealth. So my mother married into old money. My mother came from poverty. She married into old money. Then my dad was here, so he was an immigrant. My grandfather got sick. He got burned at one of his factories that he had created, and he died after that. He passed away. So my father, who was the oldest son, became the breadwinner for like 12 people, okay, overnight. So my mother, who married into old money, did not see a dime of that money, okay, had to work her little butt off in the United States because they were old money in another country, right? So she had to do the whole thing. But she built her own money. She became successful. I was raised in very inconsistent situations, right? I've got the old money DNA in me and the poverty DNA from both sides of the family. I had to create my own way. I had to figure it out. Here's what I know about old money, because I come from old money. I've seen old money. Old money, my relatives, They freak out if they see me the way that I'm dressed, because you're not allowed to dress a certain way. You can't show certain skin. You can't speak in a certain way. You can't curse. You can't wear logos. You can't sit like that. You can't eat over there. Excuse me? I want money because money means freedom. Okay? I will show the energetic finger to that kind of money anytime and be like, F that, I'm going that way, and I will wear my logos, and I will eat whatever the fuck I want to eat, and I will wear whatever I want to eat, and I will sit the way I want to sit, and I will do whatever the hell I want, because what's the point of money if you can't sit right, or like wear leggings, or like put makeup on, or wear logos? Like, that does not sound like freedom. I can't stand old money. I don't even talk to a lot of my relatives who are not old money yet, or still, because that guy who made the old money is dead. He's gone. Okay, it wasn't their money, but they're still following these really arbitrary, crazy rules. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand the allure of old money. It's not your money. In fact, I purposely would never in a million years marry someone from old money, because he would not be a provider. His father is the one with the money. His grandfather is. So I'm marrying the wrong guy. Okay? So in nature, think of evolution. I'm not going to marry someone simply based on the fact that his grandfather was a hunter. Does he hunt? Does he know how to feed me? Does he know how to feed my children? So stop this bullshit with the old money. I am new money, and I'm freaking proud of it, because I have full freedom. I can do whatever the hell I want. I can't stand the whole consciousness of the old money where you have to follow someone else's rules. You think I actually have cousins that married into old money? I mean, crazy amounts of money. This is in Pakistan. Crazy, crazy amounts of money. Royalty money, okay? They can't go where they want to. A driver has to always be present with them when they're shopping. They have to ask their father-in-law for permission, who opens the safe and hands them the money. Their children has to go to a certain schools. They can speak a certain way. They have to be certain religious they have to practice religion. No, I refuse to live myself under someone else's rules. So I don't want money like that. Okay? Get that money away from me if I have to. That's not money, it's bondage. So I don't know why you guys sometimes get obsessed with old money. I can't stand it. I will be like, get away from me. I don't want it. I can make my own money. I want freedom more than anything, because money to me means freedom. Thank you. Haha, I thought I was the only one that thought the old money was so stiff and stifling. I'm trying to have fun and go full out. Exactly. What's the point of money? We made it up. It's a made up concept, right? Like, money didn't exist. We used to trade goats, right? We used to trade goats and like salt, right? I don't know if you guys know, right? So like, money is just a made up concept. The whole point of money is so we have freedom. Okay, so if I'm gonna marry old money, where some old fart is gonna tell me what I'm allowed to wear and go, and what kind of makeup I can put on, and what religion I have to follow, fuck no. I sign out. Like, I am out. Bye. Yeah, that wouldn't even belong to me. It's, you think old money just like says, oh, welcome in. Here's all of our money. Here's all your assets. Here you go. No, they don't do that. They use their money to chain you down. I don't get the purpose of that. The end goal is to be happy. Exactly. I also came from poverty, but thanks God I had the pleasure and made myself a new extra luxury woman. Girl, yes, I like that, luxury woman. I've seen myself grown. The old money concept is not better than what I am, new money goddess. Yes, to me, at the end of, think of it right now, the richest people on the planet are all new money. They are not, they're all new money, and they have freedom. That's what I'm trying to build. I'm not trying to follow some old guy's rules on what I'm allowed to do. I came from generational poverty on both sides, and I'm still in it. I don't know how to escape it, along with generational mental health issues on both sides. I don't even know how to make good money. So can you decide first? Can you just sit for a week in your journal? I have my journal over here. You guys know I use these really, really large ones. In fact, I just started a new journal on the new moon. And I've got my Universe Grew sticker on it just to kind of inspire me even more. Sit for a week and say, I decide, and just declare that you decide that you get to do it. That's it. Don't even make any actions now. Just declare that you get to decide. Are you willing to get out of poverty? Are you willing to get out of it? Do you decide? I hate that old money is based on European ideals. Anything outside of that is seen as cheap, which I disagree with. Yeah. You know, the point is, I'm creating my life. Okay. So I'm not waiting around for other people to approve on if I look cheap or expensive. I feel expensive because I have a lot of money in the bank, right? So like I know what I have. I know what I have, and I have a lot of money in the bank because I already decided that I get to have it, and I feel expensive and I feel rich and I am rich. So I'm not waiting around for anyone to say what's like, if they think it's cheap, don't wear it, don't look, close your eyes, look the other way. I'm going to do what I'm going to do because that's the whole point of money to me and life and freedom. Yes, Jeff Bezos makes his own rules. Exactly. You think he's like following some weird royal hierarchy of like old money? No, that's not why he's rich. Okay, so ladies, quick reminder, one spot left for Hawaii Goddess of Riches. This is on April 6th. So if you're going to be in Honolulu on April 6th, email my team and they'll send you over that information. And also the Conscious Couture Coach is, cart is closing tomorrow at midnight on March 7th and 8th. We're going to do a fire. It's going to be fire. Come buckled in. Okay, come buckled in. It's happening March 7th and 8th, 2 live trainings called Goddess of Fire and Flow. You know I've been on fire lately, so that's what you're going to be getting. So I love you. All of those links is in the description box. My email address is at theuniversegrew@gmail.com. You can find my team there. I love you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Bye.